Hi.
I think we're really gonna play now, so.
So I guess I'm in the mood to make one of those videos where the person just sitting in front of the camera talking about something. It'll be the only one I make, so don't get too worked up if you hate it. But I just wanted to tell you about the time that I was in a band.
Hey, we're loud. That's median.
So June 2nd marks the 14-year anniversary since I played my last show with my band. I'll be honest with you, I thought it was 15 years, but it turns out I did my math wrong. It's actually only 14 years. But I didn't want to wait a whole another year before I make this video, so I wanted to do it now. It's in the mood. So that being said, let's rock this joint.
Let us not wait, my thoughts will not cease.
How it all got started was they were kind of a band 4 or 5 years before this, and it was on our annual camping trip that me and drummer Mike were sitting around the fire chit-chatting about it. I think bass player Dave might have been there too. I think guitarist Ty was passed out in the tent. Singer Mike was not there. There you go, name drops. Now you know the names of everybody.
Just so you know, it's on a first name basis. This is Ty Greaves. This is Dave Nickum. Mike Stingel on drum. Nick Cleaver.
We started practicing every Sunday and come up with songs in the middle of the week, and then on the following Sunday we show everybody else what we came up with, and then they come up with their own parts, and next thing you know, we ended up, I think by the time the band got dismantled, we had a total of about like 40 original songs, all written by us. Kind of uncommon. Most bands around here just want to play cover songs and play for bars and bar crowds. That's all they want to hear, stuff that they know off the radio. There is actually a small pocket of a community that does play originals, and we were kind of a part of that community back then. We did play one cover song. It was by Tool, but it was kind of a unheard of song called Maynard's Dick. It probably wasn't the best song for us to pick, but we just kind of liked the sound of it more than anything. We liked that it started off soft and melodically and then ended all messy and loud. So we always ended every practice with that song, and then that rolled over into our live shows, and we ended every live show with that. So how we came up with the name is there was a week where we all wrote down various words and whatever that we thought sounded like a pretty cool band name. Then we met up that following Sunday, went through all of our lists and narrowed it down to like 20, and then down to 10, and then down to 5, and next thing you know, we had one word that we all thought, yeah, that'll work as a band name. And that word was median.
These guys are fucking medium, and they kick ass. I sing for.
So the style of music that we played was kind of in the middle of hard rock and not quite metal, not quite rock, but somewhere in the middle, kind of in the middle of the road, kind of middle of the road rock, kind of like a median. Huh? See, that's how we justified being called median.
Sensuality illuminating like a child in a candy store. Dangerous dreams I could not have. Made you want it.
Pretty much spent an entire year just practicing in drummer Mike's bedroom, which there was no air conditioning in that house, so we had pretty much always had the window open, so I'm sure the neighbors loved us. But eventually, drummer Mike, bass player Dave, and his brother started renting a pretty decent sized house together. They had a pretty decent basement, so we started practicing in there, and then eventually played our first show, which was Halloween in 2001. There's probably about 15 or 20 people there. They were all usually pretty big into Halloween and always dressed up, where I pretty much never dressed up. One person that was at the party was a friend of mine that I met working at Shopko, and he had his own band, and they were about to play a show, but they needed another band, so they thought we were pretty well put together and should play this show with them. So 2 weeks later, we played our first show at the Ballroom. We actually played 2 shows at the Ballroom, but I can't find the footage for the second one, so all you're going to see is stuff from the first one, which is unfortunate because I'm pretty sure it's a good show. But unfortunately and regretfully, I dropped a bomb on the band and told them that I no longer wanted to play shows, and thus the next show that we play would be my last. And that show was June Jam. June Jam was a local music festival that they put on down at 4th Street. They had like 4 or 5 stages set up in a 2 or 3 block radius. It was a pretty big event, drew a pretty good crowd. That was our best performed show and also the biggest crowd that we played for. I know it's going to sound like I'm making it up, but I swear to you there was a good 200 people behind the camera that were all watching us, plus however many 100 people that were walking by beyond that. There's this one song that we always play called the Pause Song, where it has a whole bunch of pauses in it and we stop and then we play again. But anyways, there's a part where a frickin' jet was going overhead during one of the pauses, and it was pretty cool. It looked like we planned it. But that was the last show that I played with them, and they replaced me with a guy named Jason, very good musician, and I think they played another 2 or 3 shows, and one of them being actually another Halloween show. I actually dressed up for that when I went as Kurt Cobain. And I don't know, I guess I felt the itch again and wanted to see if I could overcome the social anxiety, I guess, of playing in front of people. So in between their set, I wanted to play my own solo performance.
How many people here like Pearl Jam?
I love Pearl Jam!
Okay, this is a Nirvana song. One day it's you and all that says I'm lucky to know you.
It was a train wreck. So yeah, that's the story of when I was in a band, and I regret quitting it and feel like I was a little bit responsible for the demise of Median. But everybody has since moved on and started families and moved away and whatnot, except for me. But yeah, it was probably the best 2 or 3 year span in my life. I was hanging out with those guys every Sunday. So, all right, thanks for watching.